Hi, I'm Colton with Porsche Center Calgary, and here today with another piece of pre-owned inventory. This one is pretty cool. This is a 2020 911 Carrera 4S, and pretty special one. This one was actually one that we ordered for inventory when it was brand new. So I had a hand in kind of choosing the options and speccing it out. And as you might expect, I love it. I think it looks really, really cool. It's a unique and if I do say so myself, I think a pretty well thought out spec. So let me tell you about it. First, in general terms, 2020 was the first year for the 992 generation of 911. So just about every piece of the car is brand new compared to if you look at a 2019 model. The only part that's the same is the roof, and we'll get to that in a little bit more depth when we talk about this guy in particular. But being a 4S, 4 means all-wheel drive, and the S means a twin turbocharged flat 6-cylinder engine, 3 liters, and about 450 horsepower. Really, really awesome engine. The performance is quite something. Of course, there are faster, more powerful versions of the 911 available. You can go up to the turbo and GT cars and stuff like that. But even at this kind of mid-range level, it's sub 4 seconds 0 to 60. Pretty wild acceleration figures. But now let's talk about this guy in particular. So this one is chalk outside, which is a fairly new color to the brand. It's been around for a few years now, but it's been tremendously popular. It's a little bit more expensive than the other colors, but nobody seems to care. Everybody loves it, and I think while some of those kind of trendy colors can be a little bit out there, they don't necessarily age well or always hold their value, frankly. Chalk, I think, is quite safe because it's not so extreme, one way or the other. It's kind of neutral, but still quite unique and interesting. So with this kind of, the philosophy was to make it very much monochrome, lots of gloss black, carbon, and obviously chalk. So we've got the main color being chalk. Added a couple of extra chalk bits, such as the painted mirror base. That would be just black unpainted plastic underneath, but opted to have that be painted chalk as well. The wheels are the RS Spider design. In this year, they are 20 inches up front and 21 inches in the rear. Opted not to do the colored crest in the middle, just to keep that monochrome kind of look going. And then you notice, as you'll kind of look inside that wheel, the brake calipers are black. They are gloss black. So there is kind of a hierarchy of brake colors in Porsche world, right? Where you have kind of the regular black colors represent a standard Carrera. An S would typically get red ones. If you opt for the ceramic brakes, they become yellow, and then some of our hybrid models will have green brakes as well. But they have now added the option to make the brake calipers gloss black, regardless of which brakes you've got. So that's what we did with this one to, again, keep that theme going. Rather than having that red brake caliper, it's gloss black, which matches the gloss black badging. It's a bit of a tongue twister there, that you see on the back of the car. And then on the roof as well, getting back to that, this one has the glass roof, adds some more of that kind of black look to the car. And it is glass, so it'll let the light in. It'll also open up if you want to let air inside as well. It's not just a fixed roof, it does in fact open up. Walking around the outside a little bit more on the front, you may see kind of that round sensor up there. That's for the adaptive cruise control that was optioned on this one. So all of the cars will come standard with regular cruise control, but you can option the adaptive cruise, which allows you to set your following distance from the car in front of you. If they slow down, then the car will automatically slow down to maintain that set gap. Pretty cool feature. We've definitely seen more and more people want it in recent years. You may also see a smaller thing above that round sensor. That is the front camera, because for the 2020 model year, they added the option to put a surround view camera on a 911. It used to be you could only put the rear view camera on. As of 2020, you can add one to the front and one underneath each side mirror to give you that top-down view so you can see all the way around the car. It's a feature I love, makes parking super easy. Also, I should mention, on the back of the car, in addition to those black badges, we also put on the tinted taillights. So it gets rid of that red detailing in taillights, make them just clear, and again, suiting this kind of aesthetic that we've gone for with this build. That's about everything outside, so let's move on to the inside, where we did the black full leather interior with the contrasting chalk stitch, obviously tying in the exterior there as well. I love a full leather interior. I love to see it on the 911s. And then in terms of the trim and the other stuff, we did matte carbon. So that was another new trim option for the 992. You'd have kind of that trim strip, or even almost a shelf along the center of of the vehicle in matte carbon fiber, so a little bit different finish than you had on the carbon in the previous 991 generation of 911. And then to take that a little bit further, we also did the carbon fiber door sills with the illuminated model designation. So you'll open the door, you have that strip of matte carbon fiber, and then 911 Carrera 4S will light up and kind of welcome you to the car, which is nice touch, particularly when it's dark out. It's kind of a cool thing to see. And then the steering wheel. So it is the GT Sport steering wheel, a little bit smaller, but it's also the carbon version of that, which changed for 992 as well. Previously, kind of the ring of the wheel was carbon fiber. Now it's the center spokes instead on the inside, which gives you that cool carbon look, but doesn't change the texture of the wheel. You still have leather where you're gripping, which most people do prefer. Also lots of performance content in here. We have things like the Sport Chrono package, which gives you your Sport Plus mode and launch control, lap timers, things like that. We also put the Sport exhaust, so you have the button to make it sound a little bit louder if you want to. Also changes the look aesthetically in the back with the tailpipes rather than having kind of the quad smaller pipes. You've got larger dual oval pipes back there. Looks cool, sounds cool, and definitely one of the most in-demand options on the 911. What else performance-wise did I want to talk about? I guess I could reference my list here that I made. Sport exhaust, Sport Chrono, the Sport PASM as well, the adjustable suspension. You can opt for the lower version of that, which this one is equipped with. So it actually, a lot of people don't realize, it also changes the front lip a little bit. On the vehicle, you get kind of like a little plastic protrusion on the bottom, makes the car, well, it is physically lower, but makes it look even that much lower, that much sportier. So this one is optioned with that. And you can press the button to firm up the suspension as well, which they'll all have, but they don't necessarily have that lower ride height, which was optioned onto this one. And then some more kind of typical options, not necessarily performance oriented, but the 18-way seat, so it wraps around you more than the others, shaped a little bit differently, a little bit more support. Also, seat heating became standard on the 2020 911s. Seat ventilation did not, so that was added to this one as well. And the Bose sound system was put into this one. What else did I want to talk about content-wise? That was about it. Oh, and the lane change assist is here as well, the blind spot warning. And then with the instrument dials, kind of your center dial now for 992 is the one that changes color. The tachometer primarily is what it is. And we did that in a white to kind of pick up that chalk stitching inside and give you a little bit of contrast through the gauges as well. So really, really cool car. I like this spec quite a bit. And it is as well a Porsche approved certified pre-owned vehicle, which means it comes with extra warranty. So of course that also means it's been through our inspection and reconditioning process and is brought up to Porsche standards, which are quite high. Everything of course done by a Porsche certified technician with only Porsche genuine parts. Once that whole process is done, it gets extra warranty. So this one will have full comprehensive Porsche warranty until I believe it's June or July of 2026. So still quite a bit of warranty on this one, just about the same as you'd get with a brand new car, but in some ways more because there's actually no kilometer limit on that. On a new car it's 4 years or 80,000 kilometers, but on these certified ones there's no kilometer limit. So pretty cool car, a spec that I think appeals to quite a few people. It looks great and lots of warranty, lots of value there for sure. So if you're interested, if you've enjoyed the video and want to come take a closer look, please do give us a call or pay us a visit. Thanks very much.